Hey folks, what's going on? It is Sunday, and remember how I was complaining yesterday about the rain and then the wet, or the freezing rain. Now there's snow. And now there's ice covering the road, so it's awesome. So I had somebody leave a comment. Hey, would you like a pizza roll? I had somebody leave a comment earlier today. They was wanting to know, see my bare refrigerator? They was wanting to know how much it cost me to do all this stuff. So I thought I would make a video and break it down and show you guys. Yeah, I've had some people ask me, I need my beer, ask me how come I didn't just go and buy a new single wide. Well, I'm gonna have a seat. It's my place. I can sit down if I want to. Damn it. So, what? Hold on here. Let me get comfortable. Since I've got all these chairs and all this stuff. That's not half bad. I think I like that. So, people were asking me, like, okay, you sold your house and, you made a little bit of money, which is baby money. It's nothing to brag about. So, why didn't you just go buy a new single wide? Well, I guess it's just, I was trying to do as much as I possibly could, get the biggest bang for my buck. So, I went and looked at some single wides. And the entry-level ones were like 2-bedroom, a 1.5 bath. I guess they were about 850 square feet, close to the same square footage as this. And they were around $38,000, not including tax. But that was including setup, and that would come with, AC and all those stuff. But I still had to buy the land. So the land, regardless if I was going to use this as a trailer or not, was going to cost me $5,000. So that took $5,000 out of my pocket no matter what. So right there, I don't have the money to pay for a new single wide in full. Now, secondly, the land did not have a septic system on it. And the codes out here that if I was going to put a single wide home on the land, it had to have a septic. Okay? Now, they wouldn't even deliver it without a septic. So, I closed on July the 3rd on my house. That day, from that afternoon, I didn't have a place to live. So, that was one thing. And I'd been looking previously down the road, or, beforehand at new single wides, contemplating the idea. So, that would have been another $5,400 for the septic. Then, at the time, I didn't know I was going to have to get fill dirt. Well, now I do. Now, I need to get 20 or 15 more loads at 20 tons of load worth of fill dirt, and each load is $300 a load. So, I'm going to have just as much in dirt, money-wise, as the septic system actually costs. So, there goes more money. If I would have went with a new single wide, I wouldn't have been able to keep towards my goal of having a paid-for home and get debt-free. Granted, I could have paid some of my bills off, and it wouldn't have been all of them. So I would have still had a few straggler bills, plus a 15-year mortgage on a new single wide. And that just did not seem good to me. I was not interested in doing that. I was like, well, if I keep this raggedy trailer, and I put a little sweat equity into it, I can make it livable really quickly, and I can live in it, even though I didn't have electric at first. I had running water from day one. I didn't have any type of utilities in it. It did have this refrigerator in it, which is the best refrigerator in the world that I've ever had. It gets everything ice cold, and it's got street cred. It has a bullet hole in it. In the door right there on the bottom. Had a little white spot. It goes all the way through the bottom. Luckily, it didn't hit anything. But anyway, that's beside the point. Thug Life refrigerator. That's what that is. So, that was pretty much my decision to stay with this old mobile home, Granted, it needed a lot of cleaning at first, but I think it's turned out, for what it is, good. The bones of the trailer are good. It had a misfortunate time where it started to slide off the blocks and it twisted. A lot of the walls started leaking, and I've replaced, pretty much one whole side of the trailer. This side over here is going to be next as soon as the weather cooperates. And, I get so much junk out here that I had to bring from storage. That's why it's so clustered, because I had a whole storage unit. And it's basically my mom and dad's stuff that, I had to get out of there to save that $140 a month. So, now, to break down how much everything actually cost, let's go over here to my fancy piece of paper and my super artistic drawing. Did I say autistic or artistic? I meant to say artistic. So, anyways, here it is. This is the breakdown. Oh, yeah, another thing. If I would have bought a new single wide, that's not including all the gravel and stuff and the grade work I had to do to make somewhat of a driveway. That's not including that. So, okay. The land in the trailer, $5,000. The leveling was $1,800. The septic system, let's get where you can see it, $5,680 plus a $3 or a $300 application fee. So that comes out to $5,980. Fill dirt, I've already paid for 5 loads. That was $2,100. And now I still probably need around 11 more loads. So that's going to be in the neighborhood of, $4,500 more. So, but I'm not counting that yet. I had to have the land surveyed when the septic inspector came by, because he wanted to know exactly where the property lines were. That was $750. 80 tons of gravel, $1,500. Electric hookup, that was $300. That's also including 2 separate times. The electrical inspector had to come out and, look at the pole and do whatever he said he did, which I don't think he did. He just charged me a bunch of money. These are building supplies like flooring, 2x4s, just small, maybe little hand tools, insulation, like that real heavy vapor barrier style plastic at 3 mil plastic, just little stuff that I might need, spur of the moment. And this is miscellaneous, $1,000. I just threw that in there because I'm sure I'm missing something, and I put that in there. So I'm coming out to about $19,180. So if I do have to get all that extra fill dirt, you figure that's going to be right at the 20 grand mark. And then my utilities, $20 a month on water. That's high. Electric, $75 to $150 a month. If I don't run my 2 heaters, my electric heaters in here, that brings it to about $75. But if I do run those, it shoots it up about $150. And the garbage is about $20 a month if I use the garbage collection, which it's some old boy in a pickup truck, and he's just kind of hard to get a hold of. So a lot of times I'll just leave my garbage. I'll double bag it, put it in my cans, and then about once every week and a half, I'll throw the bags in the back of my truck, and I'll take it to the dump. And then they charge me $10 per every 260 pounds. So it just costs me $10 to do my own garbage. So that's about it. So I hope that answers some questions for you guys, and it kind of shows you what I have invested in this place. Some people still kind of question me, and they think I should have just bought a new single wide, and I just don't see it. If I would have had all the money to pay for a new place, that would have been great. Plus, do all this stuff. Hey, in an ideal world, that would be probably the game plan. But I look at it this way. I've got my property paid for. My living quarters is paid for. Granted, it's not great, but I can make it what I want. And I've got less than $20,000 right now invested in it. And if I'd went the other route, I would say after taxes and everything on the new single wide would have been 40 grand. So I'm already over $20,000 I've saved, not including I still would have had to pay the money for the septic, which had to have been another $5, $6, possibly $10,000, and all the electric stuff. And I'm gonna say I'm well ahead of the game, and I think I'm in a really good position here. That's why I keep referring to what Pastor Joe Fox says, constantly improve your position. And I try to keep that in the back of my head, and that's what I'm trying to do. So, my neighbor Mike keeps telling me, he goes, dude, Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't have to get all this stuff done, before springtime. I have to think about that because I get in such a hurry and I want to see improvements like yesterday. And I know I just can't expect it to happen that fast. But I know when the weather gets nice and I can get some more serious work done, things will start coming together. And I'll start seeing a lot of progress. And it'll get fun again. Because this wintertime, it's just not been fun. And it's just, so I'm looking forward to nice weather. You can see this big cow, this big lazy dog. What are you doing? Huh? My animals do not want for anything. They are totally comfort hogs. So, guys, I hope that answers some questions. And if you got any more questions, I'll try to get to them in the comments. I've been getting a lot of comments lately, and I'm trying to do everything I can to answer each and every one of you guys. So, again, if you've not subscribed, please do so. And click the bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I make videos. And I guess that's it. So, y'all have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to y'all later.